been ordered by the Sheriff's Department in Santa Fe. I can't answer any questions about the investigation. I can't.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrity scandals of 2021.
And Kaylee, viewers should know the details are graphic.
For this list, we're looking at the biggest controversies involving famous figures in 2021. What celebrity scandal stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Hilaria Baldwin's heritage. There's plenty of footage of Hilaria Baldwin speaking with a Spanish-inflected accent, but there are also times when she has an American one.
Listen to her charming Spanish accent here.
Married life is really nice. You know, it feels different.
But the accent is gone in this video she just posted.
There's been some questions about where I'm born.
While Hilaria, born Hillary, never explicitly claimed to be Spanish, many people felt she presented herself as such. Her agency even listed her birthplace as Mallorca, when it was actually Boston.
Baldwin says she spent much of her childhood visiting Spain. She denies the accusations.
The inconsistencies led the press to investigate and to accusations of cultural appropriation. Baldwin's actual ties to Spain are seemingly limited to visiting and her parents moving there in 2011.
You're gonna kiss me on the cheek and tell me you love me, that I'm taking you back to Spain. Ay, ay, ay.
Baldwin responded by saying she had been raised in two cultures, American and Spanish, and apologized for not being clearer.
I think people ask sometimes about how I speak. I am that person that if I've been speaking a lot of Spanish, I, tend to mix them.
Number 9. Drake Bell child endangerment charges. Those with fond memories of watching Drake and Josh's kids had to deal with some upsetting news when star Drake Bell was arrested.
I see the problem. Oh, do ya?
The charges? Child endangerment and, quote, disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. This included alleged inappropriate involvement with a 15-year-old in 2017, while Bell was 31 years old.
According to the victim, the former Drake and Josh star began contact with her online.
After pleading guilty, Bell received a sentence of 2 years probation and 200 hours of community service. He's also restricted from contacting his victim whatsoever.
The victim went on to call Bell calculating, a monster, and a danger to children.
This story, like many before it, is a chilling reminder that the likable figures actors play on screen don't always align with reality.
I accept this plea because my conduct was wrong. I'm sorry that the victim was harmed in any way, but that was obviously not my intention. Again, I just want to apologize to her and anyone else who may have been affected by my actions.
Number 8. Gina Carano's firing. It seems like every year, at least one celebrity tarnishes their reputation on social media.
She's some conservative wrestling chick who kicks ass on a show I wouldn't watch if I was in prison.
Actress and former MMA fighter Gina Carano has courted controversy several times, wading into issues like transgender pronouns and mask mandates. However, things escalated in February 2021 when she likened hating someone for their political views to the treatment of Jewish people in Nazi Germany. Given the context, including backlash to her previous posts, critics interpreted this someone as referencing Carano and conservatives generally. Although her Mandalorian character Cara Dune was popular among viewers, her off-screen conduct was apparently too much for Lucasfilm, who blasted her posts as, quote, abhorrent and unacceptable, and fired her from the show.
Well then, until our paths cross.
Till our paths cross.
Her agency dropped her as a client on the same day.
I looked on the internet and, you check your Twitter and I'm trending and the Fire Gina Carano hashtag worked.
Number 7. Kim Ye divorce.
It's official. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's love story is coming to an end.
We have to admit we were a little surprised at the longevity of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's marriage, with the reality star and rap icon being married for just under 7 years. Already highly publicized, their relationship received even more attention when West launched his presidential campaign in 2020.
During an erratic campaign speech in July, Kanye revealing the couple's very personal decision about whether or not to keep their first child, daughter North, saying it was Kim who decided to have the baby.
During that time, West also tweeted that he had been, quote, trying to get divorced, and accused her family of trying to, quote, lock him up. Following their divorce for irreconcilable differences, Kardashian hosted Saturday Night Live, while West released his 10th solo album, Donda. In other words, they're both still in the spotlight, even if they're not together.
And I ain't never even seen the papers. We not even divorced.
Wow.
So how we, because that ain't no joke to me.
Wow,
My kids want their parents to stay together.
Right.
I want us to be together. But
I want y'all to be together too.
If you look at the media, that's not what they promoting.
Number 6. Allegations against Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson has long presented a depraved and morally dubious image, but it was mostly assumed to be an artistic persona. However, in 2021, allegations of abusive behavior by Manson towards his former partners, including from actress and former fiancé Evan Rachel Wood, started spreading.
At the time, she did not name her alleged abuser, but this week, she did. The name of my abuser is Brian Warner, also known to the world as Marilyn Manson, she wrote on Instagram.
He was soon dropped by his record label, agency, and management. Manson dismissed these claims as, quote, horrible distortions of reality, and his legal team has denied the charges put forth against him.
And projects that he was committed to with AMC and Stars, they've also decided not to move forward.
With multiple allegations and multiple suits, this is a scandal that might continue for a number of years.
Following Wood's claims, at least 4 other women have come forward publicly with their own experiences of abuse, allegedly by Manson.
Number 5. Scarlett Johansson versus Disney.
It's a battle royale that could be as big as the Hollywood blockbuster that sparked it.
The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in many films receiving simultaneous release in theaters and on streaming services. However, that hasn't made everyone happy. After Marvel movie Black Widow was jointly released in theaters and on Disney+, star Scarlett Johansson sued Disney, claiming a breach of contract had taken place.
The film broke pandemic-era records and has brought in over $300 million worldwide, millions more from streaming on Disney+. But the Wall Street Journal reports the actress may have lost out on more than $50 million in revenue that could have been generated by the movie's success.
It seems Johansson's salary was partially based on box office revenue, which she said the streaming release would affect. Disney accused Johansson of showing a, quote, callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Disney says Scarlett Johansson has already earned the equivalent of around $15 million for her role in the film, and that it had fully complied with the actor's contract.
However, this conflict was settled in September, though the exact terms remain unknown. Number 4. Bill Cosby released.
In a word, how did you feel when you heard the news?
Shocked, stunned, sickened.
During the 2010s, we saw Bill Cosby's image shift from beloved sitcom dad to convicted criminal, with him being sentenced to prison in 2018. However, Cosby made headlines again in 2021 when his conviction was overturned. It wasn't that Cosby was acquitted, but that the Pennsylvania Supreme Court determined his due process rights had been violated by the conviction.
In a split judgment, the court ruled that Cosby's due process rights were violated when he was charged and convicted. Cosby had previously made an agreement with prosecutors that he could not be charged in the very case that landed him in prison.
In 2005, the Montgomery County District Attorney had declined to press charges against Cosby in exchange for Cosby's testimony in a civil case. However, this testimony was later used in his criminal trial, which the court took issue with.
The Pennsylvania court said, "Our sense of fair play and decency."
Therefore, Cosby was released. He had been sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison, so it's unclear how much longer he might have been incarcerated otherwise.
Yes, there will be no paper conviction, but he will always have to live with the fact that 12 jurors looked him in the eye and said, guilty, guilty, guilty.
Number 3. Armie Hammer's messages. Previously, when Armie Hammer made headlines, it was for turns in critically acclaimed films like The Social Network and Call Me By Your Name. But in 2021, Hammer garnered attention for messages he allegedly sent various women, including ones displaying cannibalistic urges.
Former girlfriends and other women sharing screenshots of alleged private messages with the actor describing his fantasies about cannibalism.
There were also claims of abuse by Hammer from numerous women. Hammer denied the legitimacy of these messages, as well as subsequent assault allegations.
The actor remained silent on social media before issuing a statement denying the allegations to People on Wednesday that reads, I'm not responding to these bullshit claims.
He was dropped by his talent agency and his publicist in light of the scandal, and left upcoming acting projects. This stands as one of the most shocking celebrity scandals we've ever heard of.
The scandalous allegations are now seriously threatening his career.
Number 2, Free Britney.
What do we want? Free Britney! When do we want it?
Now! In November 2021, Britney Spears was released from her legal conservatorship, ending a years-long legal battle between the pop star and her conservators. This was also a major moment for Spears' fans, who had been championing her through the Free Britney movement. Spears' case gained further publicity this year with the release of the Framing Britney Spears documentary.
Conservatorships are a unique legal arrangement, usually designed for elderly people who are unable to take care of themselves or their money. The court gives someone else special powers to make decisions for them.
In court testimony, Spears testified about the mistreatment she faced under the conservatorship, including being medicated and having an IUD implanted in her without her consent. Included in the complaints was Spears' father, Jamie, who was removed as conservator in September. Later, the conservatorship ended for good, and after 13 years, Britney Spears was finally freed.
That's just so happy. She deserves all of the freedom.
We're feeling great.
So excited.
As long as Britney's happy, we're happy.
Britney is happy. Posting on Instagram, "Good God, I love my fans so much, it's crazy."
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Morgan Wallen utters a racial slur. The rising country star received significant backlash.
The music world responded swiftly. Within hours, Wallen was suspended from his label, his songs pulled from the radio and streaming playlists, and he was declared ineligible for the upcoming Academy of Country Music Awards.
A-Rod affair. MLB star Alex Rodriguez was caught up in a scandal of rumored infidelity. Lil Nas X's Satan shoes. The rapper stirred controversy for selling modified Nikes.
The shoe retailer is suing a third party after the star released 666 pairs of these so-called Satan shoes, which sold out in under a minute at a whopping over $1,000 a pair. And Nike says it's trademark infringement, saying his shoes are confusing people into believing that Nike is endorsing Satanism. Ooh.
Sharon Osbourne leaves the talk. Osbourne was let go after shouting down Cheryl Underwood and allegations from co-workers of racist remarks.
How can I be racist about anybody? How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Well, I tell you,
what?
We'll be right back.
What?
We have more topics, so don't go away.
And I think we should stop this.
Chrissy Teigen's online behavior. The model was criticized for cruel tweets and messages to Courtney Stodden and others.
I feel like there was honestly so much, having this period of time and time to digest it all and to look back and to realize that honestly there is always so much time to grow and to learn and to become more empathetic and to just, I look at my kids and I look at what I want their values to be and how I want them to treat people.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Meghan and Harry's Oprah interview. Following news about Britain's royal family is like watching a real-life soap opera, and 2021 provided one of the juiciest chapters yet.
It wasn't just catty gossip. It was bringing out a part of people that was racist in how it was charged. And that changed the threat, that changed the level of death threats, that changed everything.
In 2020, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, announced their decision to step away from the royal family and make a partial move to North America.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
In March 2021, CBS aired a special featuring an interview between Harry and Meghan and Oprah Winfrey. Topics addressed in this in-depth interview included mental health, racism, and their children.
It takes so much courage to admit that you need help. It takes so much courage to voice that.
Reactions to the interview varied, with some expressing support for Harry and Meghan and others staunchly defending the royal family. How do you think they would handle this on The Crown? Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.